Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Welcome to Community Connection. I'm Rochelle Plant with Rancho Palos Verdes annual 4th of July celebration. We're here to check out all the fun festivities and watch the little kids just have a great time today.
So, if I may, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the mayor of Rancho Palos Verdes, Mr. Doug Stern.
Thank you very much, and I want to welcome everyone here, but first I want to recognize some of the other people that serve with me on the City Council and have them join me, if I could. Mayor Pro Tem Larry Clark, Councilman Tom Long, Councilman Steve Wolowich, Councilman Peter Gardner, and I'd also like to recognize some of the people that have served in the past that have been some of your mayors. They're here today. John McTaggart, would you please come up, John? Get everyone up here. Mayor Tom Hollingsworth, Mayor Barbara Ferraro, Mayor Ann Shaw, Mayor Mel Hughes, and I know we've got former Mayor Susan Brooks out there at one of the booths, and I apologize if I have other former mayors who I didn't introduce. If you can get here, I'll introduce you. This is a wonderful opportunity. It's probably one of the nicest events we have in our city. This is the 33rd time that we've conducted this event in our 35-year history. And of course, the most important aspect of this event is that we're here to celebrate the birthday of our very great nation. And please, I hope everyone remembers that's what this is all about, celebrating our nation.
Thank you all for coming. Enjoy yourself and enjoy the city of Rancho Palos Verdes and all it has to offer. The most beautiful place in California. Thank you.
Well, at the very last minute, we got one of our great neighbor and friends, Councilwoman Janice Hahn from the city of Los Angeles. We'd like to welcome you and thank you. And what's that? Uh-oh.
Well, thank you. Happy July 4th to all of my friends here in Rancho Palos Verdes. What a great day to celebrate our country's independence, and I'm very happy to be here. And on behalf of the City of Los Angeles, Mayor Stern, I'd like to congratulate the City of Rancho Palos Verdes on the occasion of the 33rd annual 4th of July celebration It is with great pleasure that I join this year's festivities and extend best wishes for a memorable event. Happy July 4th. Okay, ready? 1 for the money, 2 for the show, 3 to get ready, and 4 to go!
All right, now we start with one from behind. And you see the players are watching this fun event.
Keep going! Keep going! Keep
What
going!
is, I was curious, what is your favorite kind of fight?
Hey, I'm betting on the girls today.
Girls are gonna win. And I was noticing, put your hands behind your back, I was noticing that we have one mom. I was noticing that one mom has to hold the hair here, Councilmember Hunt. Oh, Councilmember Hunt, back there. Yeah, go.
Keep
Thank you
going,
so much. Let me wander over here.
Keep going!
See how we're doing. Now, as you can see, this is a very simple activity. You eat. And I bring that up because our city manager wants you to know that we have an adult section coming up, not the students participating. But we have an adult section coming up. We have 60 adults after this. Oh my God. Okay, Councilmember Clark, Larry, we have someone down there. Okay, don't let him go. How are we doing? The mayor is doing a great job. Look at this. The mayor is right there. Okay, we got right here. Okay, we got a 2. We got a 2. Is it 2 and 3? That's 2. Okay. What else beside we got? That's all right. Okay, you're number 3. Okay, this is third place piting contest. Third place. Your name, sir?
Zari,
Justin. And what grade? What school?
9th grade Peninsula.
Okay, and second place.
Braden Benedict,
And where do you go to school?
St. John Fisher, I'm going into 6th.
Going to 6th. And our winner. Your name, sir, and what grade are you in?
Josh Haber, and going into 7th. Birch Crest.
Josh, here you are now. Everyone stand up here and let's get the names of those 3 beat the mayor plus your name?
Katie Ages,
Katie Ages, your name will go down in history. Your name?
Simon Duke,
Simon, not only will your name go down in history, we're going to have to put a brick on a wall somewhere because you beat the mayor. Yes. Your name?
Manuel Rivera,
And your name?
Zachary J. Hardison.
Okay, now Zach, while we're doing this, we're getting our adult, what's the age group? 16.
Palos Verdes. How does that feel to be putting this on for the community?
Well, I think it's since RPV is the largest city, 42,000. It makes sense to put on a great show and a great 4th of July picnic, and we invite everybody, including our neighbor cities.
Indeed. Actually, this is a bit of a tradition for Rancho Palos Verdes. We've been doing this the city has been doing this for a number of years, and it's a great American tradition to be here on the 4th of July and have cities do things like this, and it's a lot of fun, and I'm reminded about that every time we see all the youngsters and all the families and everybody else and get acquainted with people we haven't seen in a while. Good tradition.
How do you get all the booths and the rides here? Is that donated? Do you pay for it, or how does that work out?
A little bit of both. As a matter of fact, all the booths, I think that there's a fee that has to go with that, and we do have businesses who step forward from the community who participate, provide funding for it. Clearly, there's some cost absorbed by the city, but quite frankly, we depend on the generosity of a lot of businesses, and it's nice to see that too.
This goes back, well, I guess 5 or 6 years ago. I saw this hat in one of the booths. I said, I got to have one. So I had it, and I wear it all the time now.
Dr. Gardner has become one of our community icons.
So I heard you have an upcoming show. Can you please tell us a little bit about it?
Yes, hi, I'm Nancy Nassenbenny with the Norris Center for the Performing Arts, and I'm the Public Relations Director. We have an upcoming show. Let's see, it is Joseph and the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat. This is through our Negri Learning Center, so these are our students. This cast will be ages 9 through about 20 years old, and so that starts July 10th and runs through the 20th. And I'm here at the Norris booth today having a great time. As you can see, the train just went by and all the kids are having fun. And Joseph and the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat is the story of Joseph from the Bible. The show isn't particularly religious in nature, but it does have a lot of singing. It's all the no dialogue. Everything is, all the storyline is conveyed through song and with dance. And it's just it's an amazing show. They can contact me. My name is Nancy Nassenbenny, and I'm the public relations person. I'd be happy to direct them in any way if they want to volunteer. We have a huge number of volunteers, something like 90 volunteers that help usher at the theater. They answer the phones. They help with the filing. We only really have about 7 full-time employees for both buildings. And like I said, it takes quite a bit to run that place, and really appreciate all of our dedicated supporters. So if you want to come in and join with us, we'd really appreciate it.
So I understand you're doing an environmental and recycling program for Palos Verdes. Can you please explain that for us?
Yeah. Well, we're here today to familiarize residents with the types of materials that can be placed in their blue bins and things that can't be placed in their blue bins. Some of the items that people are really familiar with that can be placed in their blue bins are, newspapers, plastic, paper bags, cans, both, drinking cans that are CRV redemption offered. So that's plastics and aluminum. These are rags that can be used by folks who change their own oil. If you do your own oil changes, we just want to remind folks that waste oil should not be dumped down the drain, should not be dumped on the street, because that does go into our local waterways, which eventually reach the ocean. So we want to remind folks that they can always call these numbers, 1-800-CLEANUP, to find a local facility that will accept their waste oil, or once again, they can go ahead and take it to the San Pedro facility that's run by the city.
So we're here in the petting zoo with all the kids, checking out the sheep, the llamas, the rabbits, everything. And we have a couple young ones here playing with them. Can you guys tell me what do you like most about the petting zoo?
Is that you can pet all the animals, and they're cool animals.
What's your favorite animal in here?
The baby pig.
Baby pig?
Yeah.
How come?
Because he's really small and cute.
He's really small and cute? Okay, what about you? What's your favorite animal?
I like the pig too, because at home we have a lot of animals too, and we don't have a pig. We have goats, horses, chickens, turkeys, dogs, and cats.
We're back here with Catherine with the environmental recycling program, and she's going to let us look at her red wiggler worms.
So, in addition to encouraging residents to use their green bins for any green waste like grass clippings and stuff from their trees, old vegetables or fruits they can place in their green bins, we also want to encourage folks to think about composting with worms in their home. There is a upcoming workshop on October 11th that's going to be held at the South Coast Botanic Garden, and they're going to show folks how to compost with composting bins and with worm bins. So I brought some worms here today for you guys to see. And having worms in the house is actually a very, very easy thing to do. It doesn't smell at all. And you can see some of them right there. They don't like the light, so they're hiding very quickly. But they're absolutely terrific. They eat all of the stuff that you otherwise won't eat that's non-dairy or meat in the kitchen. So you can put your eggshells in here. You can put lettuce that's starting to go a little bad. You can also put some of your rinds, like your apple rinds and cores and banana, the banana peels, all that stuff they'll eat up. And then this stuff is great because you can use this as a potting soil or as an organic amendment for your garden. And it's very, very rich, so it will make your plants, your grass, all of your flowers grow very, very fast. And you're doing it in an organic way that doesn't include any types of chemicals. Actually, the best thing to do would be to come to that event that day and talk to them about about the local vendor in the area who can provide those worms. Residents within Rancho Palos Verdes can actually ask for a $70 rebate, up to $70 on a composting bin that they purchase. This can be done at home. All you have to do is just take the Rubbermaid bin and then drill holes at the top for them, and they've got enough oxygen to continue doing what they do best.
And can you pick these worms up at any local hardware store, or is there a specific?
No, they're specific type of worms. So folks shouldn't try to go get any type of worms or try to fetch them out of their garden. These are worms that do a particular job and have an intended purpose, and their best purpose in this type of environment is decomposing the material that you otherwise wouldn't need.
The symphony is a free symphony. We usually have like 5 concerts a year, and the people can come, and if they'd like to join, they can join. This is Mary and Ruth. So.
Hello. How many years has the symphony been running?
Oh, I'm so glad you asked that because it's very important. 40 years. Actually, 41. Our conductor was the founder, Joe Valenti, and he has been the conductor for all these many years and done such a super job. It's the best symphony on the West Coast, we feel, and it's one of the very few that is for free. Now you ask how we get our support, and that is through donations from different people, and we have different dinners and special events that happen for our patrons. But the caliber of the symphony is so great, it's amazing that we have any standing room at all. We perform at the Covenant Church in Rolling Hills, and I think that seats about 1,100, and it's generally filled, and it's just a treat for everybody. It's close in, it's free, and it's superb. So everybody should come.
This is the Tide Pool Cruiser. The first stop at the Tide Pool Cruiser is what I call the Worm's Eye View storm drain. We're underground now. We're looking up at the bottom of the street. Cars are going by, helicopters are going by. And what a lot of people don't realize is that there are 2 systems. There's the storm drain system and the sewer system. What I'm demonstrating here is the storm drain system. Anything that's in the street gets transported down into the storm drains when it rains, or on a day-to-day like today when it's not raining. 100 million gallons of water will go down the storm drains. And that comes from people washing their cars or hosing down their driveway. 100 million gallons, it's hard to imagine, but that's enough water to hold 100 whales every day, even on a dry day. Anything that's in the street, motor oil, fertilizer, pet waste, weed killers, goes down these storm drains and eventually into the flood control channels and winds up in the ocean. What this does is it gives you pretty visual depiction of what it's like. The sewer system, on the other hand, is hooked up to our toilets and showers and sinks, and when you flush the toilet, that goes to a treatment plant, and all that gets cleaned up and then dumped into the ocean about 8 miles out. And here we talk about plastics and oil. This much oil poured on a lake would cover an area the size of a football field or 2. And
It spreads out that thin?
It spreads out that thin, yeah. Now there are companies that are building inserts that go into the storm drain, underneath the storm drains, catch basins. It would fit like right here. And it takes all the heavy stuff, the solid stuff, but this one is made by Hydrofix. It has a thing called the Smart Sponge, and the ability of that is to take out oil and grease, and it kills 99% of the bacteria.
What does it take to get these put in our storm drains?
Well, it takes a lot of money and then maintenance. Sometimes the cities will hire the company that makes them to maintain. Here we have some of the animals that are common to our area. This is a sea star called an ochre star. These animals are alive. They live in a tank back here. I've had this guy for about 4 years, and when I got him, he was about as big as that. He was about this big when I got him.
Tiny.
So he is tiny.
What do they eat?
And these will eat mussels and dead fish and anything that's floating in the water. These are bat stars. They live a little deeper, and they will eat also, and pretty much anything that's any organic material that floats down to them. These are actually eating some organisms that are on the kelp over here. This thing that looks like a fungus growing on the kelp, these gray things, gray spots, are actually clusters of colonial animals called bryozoan. They're like little barnacles. And they encrust anything, mussels, rocks, and seaweed, and the bat stars will eat them too. These mussels, they produce these fibers that will allow them to stick together or stick to rocks and things because they don't want to get washed out to sea. I've heard that the glue that they produce is so good that we're trying to duplicate it in the laboratory. Sea urchin, you can see here in the sea urchin how it looks almost like a sea star with the 5 arms inside. So they are related. All these things have an ocean connection. I'm not saying you should eat them or not. That's up to you. But they do contain something that comes from the sea. In most cases, it's an ingredient called Carrageenan, which you may have heard of. And Carrageenan, it's in chocolate milk, right there, Carrageenan, and it comes from a seaweed called Irish moss. It's in toothpaste to make it thicker. It's in ice cream to make it feel smooth in your mouth. It's in the chocolate milk, as I said, so the chocolate doesn't settle to the bottom. It's in whipped cream to make the whipped cream stiff enough so the cherry will stay on top. Okay. So it's used for all different kinds of things. There's seaweed in Post-it notes so they don't stick together. They use it in Band-Aids to make it stick. They use a kind of seaweed in beer and wine and coffee. So my point is, like I say, I'm not saying you should eat this stuff or not, but if you do eat it, know that it's got something in it that comes from the ocean. Do you want the ocean to be clean or dirty?
Hi, my name is Katie Cullen, and I work with a rescue group. I'm a volunteer, and we are called SC Paws. We show out of the Petco in Westchester, La Tijera, and Sepulveda Boulevard. We're there every weekend, Saturday, Sunday, noon to 5. We bring all of our kitties with us to try to get them homes. It's a group of foster moms, and we're looking for very good homes. All of our kitties have been rescued from different situations. A couple over there, the 2 big ones over there, were left behind in a foreclosure home. A couple others were found abandoned on the street. One of them was found in a yard a year ago, wounded. Someone had shot her in the femur with a pellet gun. So we have a lot of vet care. We have a lot of cats that we get dentals done on. There's a lot of expense with taking care of the kitties. But they're all kept at foster homes, different foster homes throughout the week. And then we come to adoptions on Saturday and Sunday to try to get them a home. And we're looking for people who just love cats and will give them a good home because there's always more coming in, it seems. We are a 501c3, so the donation for the kitty adoption is tax deductible. And we ask $125 for the kitty. It's a donation, a minimum donation. And come and see us at the Petco in Westchester because we love our kitties and would love to see more get homes.
Western Museum of Flight, our mission is to preserve the aviation history in the South Bay and also to promote educational and science events for kids at the middle school level and the intermediate school level. So we're a very kid-friendly museum, and we're here today to promote our BD-5 aircraft. We're taking kids' pictures in the cockpit, future pilots and future engineers. So that's what we're here to do today and promote our membership at the museum.
We're awesome. Okay, but you...
I'm Rochelle Plant, and we're wrapping up the 4th of July Street Fair here in Palos Verdes. It's been a great day. There's been lots of games, festivities, lots of food, and we've seen a lot of great activity with the kids. So I think we're gonna take a little break and maybe do some shopping. Bye.